1. An overview of psychology and women. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Zeno's Wisdom Self-Education. Today, we'll be exploring a subject something frequently goes unnoticed. Something that few mature men fully comprehend about women's enjoyment in the most profound aspects of female psychology is more than only intimacy, but being aware of the nuanced relationships that result in genuine connection and reciprocal contentment. Therefore, if you're prepared to advance your education and get new perspectives that only experience can remain accurate, and this will alter the how you handle communication and relationships with women. For the long term, let's get started. This video will walk you through each step. Stay with us and you'll acquire the self-assurance to establish more intimate relationships. Boost appeal and make sure you and your spouse get the enjoyment you both deserve. If you haven't subscribed, I suggest activating the notification bell and subscribing to ensure you don't miss any videos. I really appreciate your support. If you like this one, you can please like and share it so that I may keep sharing the important teachings when it comes to sexual fantasies. There's one that oral sex is an intimate act that is frequently shared by both men and women and is characterized by deep, some of the most thrilling and unforgettable moments between two people can be unlocked by vulnerability and mutual trust. Did you know, folks, that a woman's orgasm is among the most deep and mysterious occurrences, might endure for a few brief seconds to an amazing 51 seconds? Yes, you read correctly, but longer than expected. The orgasm itself is a strong rush of pleasure that binds the body and mind together. Some women even have the unusual and lovely ability to ejaculate during climax, experiencing ions, but it's crucial to differentiate this from releasing two distinct physiological reactions, each of which is distinct in its own right. Oral sex frequently raises the topic of how to effectively gratify a lady orally. The reality is that although each woman has particular taste concepts and methods that likely to enhance the experience, starting with the clitoris, which contains the secret to patience, is the skill of taking your time. Unimaginable delight is a delicate location that is home to more than 8,000 compared to the male penis. This has more than twice as many nerve endings. It is hardly surprising that this tiny yet potent bodily component can generate waves of enjoyment that seems to go on forever. So how can you start out cautiously and approach this with a feeling of respect and interest? Begins with tender kisses and soft, delicate, and let your speed increase gradually. The suspense is as important as the act itself. As you continue to observe her body signals, including her breath and the subtle, she communicates by her motions and any tiny noises she may make. She likes delicate rhythmic movements and circular tongue motions. Sucking is frequently a winning combo, and keep in mind that communication is crucial. Don't be scared to inquire about her preferences. Her enjoyment is a lifelong process. One of the unexpected facts about women is that the more attuned you are, the stronger the bond you will form with them. Pleasure is that only roughly 18% of women are able to penetrate and experience an orgasm. This figure by itself may surprise some, but it emphasizes the significance of, for many, the true magic occurs with oral stimulation, or knowing the entire spectrum of what a lady enjoys. A woman's brain illuminates like a symphony with many stimuli as she experiences an orgasm, simultaneously activating different parts of the brain. It's a powerful experience. Even after the orgasm fades, the body still yearns for more yearning. For those aftershocks that ripple across 30% of women, say they don't always have orgasm despite having this capacity for pleasure, throughout the course of sexual relations, and 10% have never had one. This demonstrates how important it is to cultivate a thorough awareness of a woman's bodily preferences and aspirations. There is a misperception that more pleasure inevitably results from deeper penetration. More superficial penetrations are preferred by many women because they can more effectively activate the G spot, a sensitive spot situated along the vagina's front wall. When properly aroused, this region can produce strong orgasms that differ greatly from those brought on by clitoral stimulation. By being aware of and considerate of these subtleties, you may create a more satisfying and emotionally linked relationship experience for both you and your spouse. Emotional intimacy is a two, the value of a strong emotional bond. Important part in improving women's physical happiness in stable, loving relationships. Orgasms are more common in relationships than in casual encounters. Even something as basic as two individuals feeling safe, loved, and treasured can create a unique type of enchantment. As being held in the warmth of a shared bed and kissed while she's half asleep can inspire emotions of intense love and bonding by candidly exploring each other's fantasies and wishes, and trust strengthens a couple's emotional bond. In addition to their physical one, if you continue to watch this video and find these lessons helpful, please leave a remark here to confirm that you are still with me. Social constraints and idealized beauty standards can occasionally obscure sexual fulfillment standards. Our experiences of intimacy can be directly impacted by our feelings about our bodies. Thus, it's critical to keep in mind that genuine sexual pleasure and connection are more about the bond between two people than having a flawless body. Open communication and self-acceptance are significantly more important to two people stronger than physical perfection when it comes to a woman feeling valued and wanted, not only for her appearance, but also for who she is and her capacity for enjoyment improved. When having oral sex, it's crucial to keep in mind that there are other erogenous zones besides the clitoris that require consideration. The breasts are also extremely responsive to light kisses, caresses, or even a woman's arousal can be increased by stroking her breast, which results in a more thorough and engaging experience. This serves as a reminder that the body is a harmonious collection of pleasure centers, and concentrating on the whole instead of just one aspect can result in a richer, more rewarding experience for men. A useful hint that's frequently forgotten is maintaining well-groomed facial hair. Nothing stops the enjoyment, such as painful or scratchy stubble. Beautiful, silky facial hair guarantees that another sometimes disregarded factor is your partner's ability to focus entirely on the moment without being sidetracked by discomfort. Physical well-being is a component of sexual fulfillment, but the bed is not simply a place for physical contact. It's a place where bodies cooperate. Maintaining an active lifestyle is not only beneficial for general health, but can also increase your partner's attractiveness, which is something that women are frequently attracted to men who participate in sports or physical activity. Despite their body type that arises, but due to the vigor and energy that come with an active lifestyle, taking care of your body is more important than having a flawless body, which translates into, despite all of these considerations, it's astounding to learn that 2 out of 3 people. This figure serves as a reminder that many people are unhappy with their sexual lives, believe open communication and a careful balancing act between physical, emotional, and psychological aspects are necessary for sexual enjoyment. Overcoming these obstacles requires respect for one another and an openness to exploring one another's aspirations at its best. Sex is a profoundly emotional experience, rather than only a physical one and spiritual bond between two individuals. It's about trusting each other and being vulnerable. The greatest satisfaction comes from learning about one another in novel and fascinating ways. It is evident that mutual respect is the cornerstone of sexual interactions. Communication and a steadfast commitment to making your partner happy. When both partners enjoy the physical pleasure and feel protected, wanted, and valued, strengthened by the emotional connection that develops, which has the power to transform a straightforward sexual encounter into a deep. And in this way, sexual fulfillment is a transforming process that involves more than just technique. The emotional environment that arises when two individuals genuinely connect, talk, honestly, and have faith in one another. The sexual experience, which is a manifestation of love, caring, and affection for one another, shared joy. The realm of sexual closeness is broad and varied, providing countless opportunities for chances for in-depth communication and investigation. One well-liked viewpoint that the 69th position where both partners are involved frequently sparks excitement and fantasy are inverted in relation to one another concurrently providing and receiving oral pleasure is a reciprocal act of satisfaction in which partners are completely being fully submerged in one another's bodies intensifies their emotional and physical intimacy, giving them the capacity to using touch and experience to connect and communicate takes front stage generating a passionate conversation that might leave both partners speechless and completely contented. Doggy style is another adored position when the woman is on all fours while the man enters her from behind, which many men discover this position allows for deeper penetration striking, which makes it extremely stimulating regions such as the G spot, which more precisely depicts the dog's appearance style along with a sense of control and belonging can produce a increased fervor for both partners. Yet it's important to keep in mind that sexual positions are not. They are about connections and shared experiences. Not just about sensual pleasure, finding jobs that work for one couple might not work for another. A more satisfying sexual relationship might result from satisfying both partners' desires. Intimacy depends heavily on attraction, which can originate from, did you realize that testosterone, a hormone found in many anticipated areas, has a many ladies find its powerful and natural aroma. Irresistible subliminal attraction can be triggered by an attractive aroma, attracting women on a fundamental level. Certain males decide to wear cologne that replicates the aroma of testosterone, quietly enhancing their inherent charm. This little known but useful trick might, through establishing safety and trust, greatly enhance a man's beauty by evoking a sense of mystery and allure. The way someone interestingly scents can have a significant impact on chemistry, making them a crucial component of attraction according to study couples that have too many traits in common. Whether in personality, interests, or lifestyle, may have a lower likelihood of remaining together over time, which is why diversity in a relationship keeps things interesting and novel. When partners bring a variety of abilities, flaws, and passions to a dynamic partnership that promotes development while challenging and fascinating the differences in, because each person's personality allows them to learn from the other. The connection is one of ongoing sexual desire, is a process of discovery rather than stagnation. Over time might change, particularly for women, due to numerous important hormonal changes. During menopause can even change how they experience sexual desire intimacy. Although menopause is frequently perceived as a period of decreased sexual activity, in actuality, many women can rekindle a strong sexual energy at this stage of life, with fewer concerns about contraception and more self assurance. People can discover that they are adopting a new free sexual menopausal women, frequently reported feeling more connected with their bodies and taking pleasure in deeper. This era of life serves as a reminder that sexual desire doesn't replace emotional and physical ties with their partners. Shrink with a G, it just changes shapes and acquires new dimensions as couples age, their level of emotional and physical intimacy inevitably changes requirements. Preferences and methods of communication may change. And the secret to preserving a open communication is essential to a thriving, intimate life. Partners should feel at ease communicating what they desire, what they no longer enjoy, and what they expect to develop in the future. By they can continue to satisfy each other's sexual desires by being honest about them, wants in ways that are fascinating and fulfilling. Adapting to these adjustments are necessary to create a long lasting, satisfying relationship because knowledge is power. Many people suffer needless anxiety, especially when it comes to sex about intimacy frequently as a result of miscommunications or misconceptions. Understanding how the body functions and navigating it might help lessen that stress and result in improved sexual health. When both partners are aware of by respecting one another's boundaries and bod's preferences, they can have more satisfying sexual experiences. This information boosts self esteem, eases stress, and permits sexual happiness. Is about allowing couples to explore their desires in a non judgmental and supportive setting much more than orgasms. It's about comprehending and adapting to connections expected to guarantee the satisfaction of both parties. For some, the most effective type of attraction is cerebral rather than physical. Sapiosexuals are people who are extremely drawn to intelligence. Because a lively discourse can be just as thrilling for sapiosexuals as a physical encounter. Address the challenge of intellectual discussion. The interchange of ideas and the understanding a partner's mental state can help you establish a bond with them that goes beyond physical attraction. The greatest turn-ons are compatibility and depth. As sapiosexuality teaches us, for some people, intelligence serves as a doorway to both types of attraction. One prevalent misconception that has to be dispelled regarding emotional and sexual closeness is the notion that a woman can. This concept stems from the idea that vaginal sensitivity decreases after numerous sexual sessions, fosters ignorance, and reinforces negative misconceptions about vaginal. An active and healthy sexual encounter can maintain or even enhance sensitivity. Regularly having sex with Barb can increase sensitivity and blood flow and preserve vaginal suppleness. To provide a healthy sexual life can teach women to appreciate more physical pleasure as they age, which is a very valuable lesson. The Khatum method is a sex style that places less emphasis on attaining an orgasm, focusing more on the emotional bond between partners. The objective of this approach isn't to finish, but to show love, create emotional connections, and it's about taking the time to examine each other's body without feeling rushed for many couples. This means focusing on the journey rather than the destination, and enjoying each other's company. Technique results in a more fulfilling and personal encounter. Where emotional, the come technique highlights that intimacy is more important than physical climax. Sex is about connection, vulnerability, and love, not just enjoyment. Attraction is influenced by physical attractiveness, but it's not about striving. Instead, it's about looking after yourself and offering yourself for professional action. Showing yourself with a crisp haircut or a well-groomed beard is a simple approach to demonstrate confidence and self-respect. Can effectively communicate to a partner that I value both myself and how I give you the impression that maintaining your beauty demonstrates your self-worth. Women are frequently drawn to you and your connection, which might increase physical and emotional desire. Men who work hard at their appearance do so not out of conceit, but rather because it shows a higher level of ultimately. A healthy sexual relationship is about respect and self-care. It's much more about communicating and understanding one another than it is about positions, techniques, or physical look freely and with the spirit of playfulness and inquiry, whether through the sharing of in-depth discussion, the pursuit of novel fantasies, or just spending time. Being for comprehension and empathy in partnerships. When two people are physically and emotionally connected, they can achieve profound sexual satisfaction. The bedroom becomes a place of limitless possibilities where partners feel heard, seen, and appreciated. It's possible that the art of discretion can be your best ally while attempting to win over a challenging woman when done skillfully. It can be much more captivating than a direct, combative strategy. It's about establishing an atmosphere of mystery, a gradual surge of interest that develops over time instead of overwhelmed with overt overtures. Emphasize modest gestures and kind remarks. Sincere curiosity about her ideas and a calm assurance that captivates her without being intrusive in the less is frequently more in the delicate dance of attraction. And fantasizing is crucial for both sexual and emotional development. Health is a secure environment where curiosity, desires, and even taboos can be contrary to popular belief. Exploring without passing judgment does not imply that you genuinely wish to act out what you imagine, that it's actually a mental playground that gives one's inner world more thrill and diversity. The thrill of originality can rekindle sexual desire, whether it's via presenting and attempting role playing in a new role, or just pursuing intimacy in a new. These small changes can rekindle your passion and serve as a reminder of why connection is incredibly potent. It doesn't kill the spark in any relationship. Usually call for extravagant displays, but maybe it's as easy as trying out a new posture or investigating a situation that deviates from both partners' typical routine. Sexual gratification is fueled by novelty, even if it's something as minor as altering the space where intimacy takes place, or introducing novel methods as adventures. It's crucial that both partners are eager and inquisitive while entering the bedroom and willing to explore love together, which is composed of three fundamental components, such as closeness, desire, and dedication, can come together to varied approaches that produce the different kinds of love we encounter in our relationships. Deep connection and commitment can occasionally coexist in a relationship with little passion in other situations. Fervor could be strong, but without the consistent trust that comes with couples who comprehend this commitment, can better handle the highs and lows of their relationship by realizing that love is adaptable and ever-changing. Some people experience an almost continuous increase in intense sexual arousal that appears to have no apparent reason. For some, is a natural aspect of their desire, and unless it gives them discomfort or cause adversely affects their lives, sexual desire varies from person to person, and embracing that diversity is more essential than trying to fit in with society's expectations, norms about how you should interact with people. Your attachment style, your love relationships can be greatly impacted by your style. Some people feel comfortable in their bonds, thrive on intimacy and trust, while others steer clear of intense emotional engagement. Out of concern for further harm, others may find themselves in people with an anxious attachment style, are continuously concerned about their partner's affection or the stability of the understanding. Your attachment style will help you manage relationships more effectively. You can better express your requirements in your relationships and strike a balance that benefits both you and your spouse. Please leave a comment if you are still watching this video and found these teachings helpful too below, to inform me of your continued presence with me. Another crucial remind yourself that your sexual enjoyment is not defined by your age. You can continue to have an active, thrilling sexual life well beyond old age, the shame associated with aging. Many elderly persons feel that it is erroneous to say that sexual desire or capability has diminished renewed sexual freedom, freed from youth-related constraints after all being more in tune with their aspirations, draws thanks to a variety of aspects that go beyond physical. Having a strong sense of scent, looks might evoke strong emotions. Pheromones, which are the body's unseen indicators of attraction and excitement emit, are essential to our ability to relate to people by mimicking. Or it's crucial to enhance these natural indications because they can slightly increase attraction on a psychological level. To remember that fantasies, even ones that appear violent or gloomy, are not always the mind as a complicated location that reflects what a person want in actual life, and fancies are frequently safe spaces for people to explore. Taboo topics controlled setting, provided that these ideas don't result in negative actions. They can be a good way to explore desire. And it's fascinating to note that sunshine and environment have an impact on sexual people with increased desire, typically feel more energized and sexually active during the warmer people's moods. And energy levels are elevated during the summer months. When sunlight is present, may feel more impulsive and receptive to sex, although the winter months can be a time for more intimate silent connections. Imagine comfortable bedtimes bundled up in blankets, where intimacy is as fulfilling as music is also a common favorite song, and a very powerful factor in sexual attraction. Having a sensual rhythm can strengthen a couple's emotional and physical bond. Music arouses the brain's pleasure centers and can heighten the sense of closeness, making sex feel more satisfying and linked. Orgasmic fading is an uncommon occurrence that some people encounter the impact of communication on intimacy, where they can reach an orgasm without experiencing extreme pleasure, even if this may seem paradoxical that some people experience, and being aware of it can assist partners in navigating times when enjoyment and when discussing arousal climaxes aren't as synchronized as one may anticipate. It should come as no surprise that wearing red has always been connected to enthusiasm and passion. When or using warm hues to decorate a space, the color has been shown to raise heart rates and elicit desire that goes beyond physical attraction. A strong emotional and mental bond is just as if not more crucial for sustained sexual fulfillment. Partners who value emotional closeness frequently experience a more satisfying sexual life, since physical intimacy strengthens the emotional connection. For some people, the possibility of being observed during private moments can make it harder to become completely aroused. Establishing a place of seclusion and trust is crucial, so that both partners can feel totally relaxed and concentrated on one another without interruptions or emotions of vulnerability or dysfunction. Is a problem that many men encounter, particularly as they get older. There is a lot of stigma associated with this illness, which can have a big effect on a man's sense of self-worth and his relationship. It's critical to handle this matter with empathy and comprehension, as well as candid dialogue and medical intervention can frequently aid in reestablishing intimacy and confidence in the relationship. Take part in activities such as regular yoga practice can enhance sexual function in both men and women, not only improves blood flow and strength, but also increases flexibility and stress, which is essential for preserving a healthy libido. Yoga's stressing mindfulness can make people feel more in tune with their bodies, which makes having sex more mindful and in today's environment. Having fun with cybersex has become a reality for many individuals, particularly those in long distance relationships, lack the physical contact of face to face intimacy, can still promote intimacy if, like any kind of closeness, boundaries are respected and communication is unambiguous. Mutual permission and knowledge of the absence of physical contact are essential to its success. Hugs, for example, might eventually cause emotional and sexual unhappiness in people, are wired for physical contact, which is a potent means of expressing affection and concern and loving connections founded on honest dialogue and moral principles. Although monogamy defies societal norms, it can bring fulfillment to people who feel constrained by them. Partnerships that are founded on integrity and respect can be equally as devoted and loving as finally monogamous. People remember that curiosity and exploration never quit. Even at the age of 450 or beyond, there is no age restriction on exploring new levels of intimacy, whether it's adopting a new sexual orientation or eating a new dish that delights you as you get older. Continue your sexual exploration journey. Although erections may be less solid and take longer to attain, this doesn't indicate that satisfaction must decline, and that adaptation is essential to comprehending your changes in your body, and modifying your expectations can result in ongoing. Astonishingly, 97% of women select a male for connection and pleasure, a long-term companion, based on his ability to make people feel physically comfortable in bed. Studies reveal that connection is still a key component of enduring partnerships. After staring into each other's eyes for just a moment, women in love even synchronize their heartbeats with their lover 2 minutes, that demonstrate the strong biological connection that love and closeness have. Lastly, it's important to remember that even if the doggy style is one of the best positions for assisting women attain orgasm, the body provides a plethora of additional orgasm zones for women to explore. Get climaxes with Kyle. Stimulation, nipple stimulation, or even exploration is the key to a satisfying sexual relationship through mental and emotional connection in order to stay in touch and maintain the spark. Many men resort to manual penis lengthening exercises frequently promise increases of up to 4 centimeters. Although sexual happiness isn't the same as confidence in the bedroom, these activities can vary not just about physical characteristics, it's also about trying new things and expiry for both men and women. Postures can open up hidden areas, resulting in a deeper, more personal relationship. These areas are specific to each individual and can be found through trial to improve women's sexual enjoyment on both an emotional and physical level. Compared to men, desire is frequently more malleable and variable, varying with life stages, hormone cycles, and emotional aspects. This flexibility indicates what thrills or fulfills her. Since things could change tomorrow, communication is crucial and exciting. Women spend roughly a year of their lives choosing what to wear according to a research relationship between mood and self-presentation confidence. One of the most important factors influencing a woman's desire and receptivity to intimacy is how she feels about her body and her attire. Effective but sometimes disregarded methods for figuring out a woman's feelings are: by looking into her eyes can reveal more about a lady than words ever could. Eyes may sparkle with joy, soften with love, or seem aloof. Keep a watchful eye out for these minor clues. When something is amiss, frequently reveal a great deal about our inner lives. In social situations, women typically compliment one another, but occasionally the sincerity of these remarks is not as strong as it seems surface. There can be subliminal comparisons or judgments about women, whether intentional or not. Despite social graces, women are ready to criticize and compare themselves to one another when they generate an opinion that is rarely incorrect. For example, a woman's heart beats more quickly than a man's, a result of her increased emotional response and sensitivity, which she might not recognize being openly contrasted with others. But it's crucial to remember that women frequently do so in there. This mental conversation has the power to influence her self perception. Women may take longer to properly consider all factors when making decisions about their relationships and roles in the world. 6. Delineating limits and honoring space prior to making a commitment. But once they decide it's final and based on a feeling of confidence, individuals frequently possess a distinct idea of what they desire and the rationale behind there. When a woman is distraught, she craves choices, even if they take a while to arrive the opportunity to vent and communicate her emotions, which is how she deals with them and tries to regain equilibrium. However, it's usually an indication of deeper hurt. If she becomes abnormally quiet, be withdrawing within and considering how she may find contentment and safety in alternative approaches, such as reassessing the partnership entirely. It's during these quiet times might reveal a woman's actual emotions. Therefore, it's critical for a partner to pay attention and address the underlying cause of the problem when women consider all aspects of a decision that enables them to process information more comprehensively than men who usually only use one side. This dual brain strategy allows women to think about men can occasionally make more well-rounded decisions by combining reason and emotion. Find it difficult to comprehend the breadth and intricacy of a woman's decision-making process. But it's this mental and emotional equilibrium is what makes her decisions so unexpected and significant. Gifts. Flowers and unplanned festivities are examples of actions that can have a big impact. These tiny gestures of kindness serve as a means of showing a lady that she is valued and loved, unique and valued. But if you don't show your affections for a woman, right? Once you may end up feeling trapped in a friend zone, which is a spot from where it's challenging to go out. Once it's early on, established women frequently form a stronger emotional bond, particularly if romantic attraction is not immediately returned. Friendship may develop instead. Men and women experience jealousy in various ways. Women may feel jealous of, they find the wealthy or well-known man. They are attracted inattractive. Conversely, men's envy is typically sparked by physical. They become envious when their girlfriend is attractive or draws interest from other men. In spite of these jealousy of differences is frequently a result of insecurity and a fear of losing the a woman's grin, might be one of the most powerful symbols of her connection with her lover. Her warm and sincere grins are a reflection of how she feels about the time you spent together. Trust is the cornerstone of each solid relationship, offering the basis for both parties. Satisfaction and connection. Love requires stability to thrive without trust. A relationship is unstable and prone to disintegration. Although words don't always convey the whole picture, language is a vital tool for understanding a partner's feelings and wants tale. But the way someone looks at you or movements can give away their actual feelings in intimate situations. Foreplay is crucial not just for physical stimulation, but for fostering the emotional bond that enhances sexual Fulfillment by candidly talking about what you enjoy in your sexual life can strengthen your bond as a pair. Both partners' inventiveness and openness to trying new things. Intimacy can remain thrilling when the passion is maintained via embedding and satisfying. In the end, a successful partnership, particularly a loved one, thrives on open communication, respect for one another, and a common goal of development, maintaining novelty and discovering new things. Whether through shared hobbies or physical intimacy, an emotional bond can reignite the passion and sustain a healthy relationship for many years to come. Both mentally and sexually, emotions have a direct impact on the development of physical intimacy because health and relationships are intricately linked. Prioritizing emotional well being is crucial for a healthy and satisfying sexual life. Sexual relations can be hampered by stress, worry, and unsolved emotional problems. Contentment but emotional balance can improve women's intimate experiences. This relationship is very deep, since they might derive sexual pleasure from women can have orgasms in a variety of ways, depending on the cause, either via vaginal penetration, clitoral stimulation, or G-spot stimulation, the degree and intensity of breast play, or even without direct physical contact. The length of these orgasms varies greatly depending on the experience by a woman's emotional state, mental clarity, and enthusiasm levels. The environment might either greatly increase or decrease her capacity to reach orgasm, highlighting the significance of sexual fulfillment and mental health regardless of breast size or shape. A woman's self-esteem and body image are greatly influenced by her breasts. Feeling confident in the bedroom requires having a positive body image. Furthermore, breast stimulation gives many women great pleasure, although preferences and boundaries vary greatly, just like every other element of intimacy. Some people may find gentle touches. 7. Emotional and physical satisfaction. Thrilling. But others could prefer firmer caresses. It's important to recognize and honor these individual preferences is essential to having a satisfying and fruitful sexual encounter. It's interesting to note that the timing of closeness can affect the act of sexual enjoyment. For example, the body produces more testosterone after working out levels and improved blood flow. This hormonal uptick might increase sexual arousal, making the energy after working out a fantastic time for sex, an ideal setting for a closer bond, and more enjoyment is created by endorphins and increased blood flow. Don't undervalue the importance of a simple hug after sex. This little gesture enhances the emotional connection between lovers, making a woman feel valued and emotionally satisfied. Surprisingly, research indicates that 1/3 of women over 80 continue to engage in sexual activity with their partners. This statistic serves as a potent reminder that sexual closeness is not defined by age, can provide happiness and a sense of connection far into old age. The vagina, which normally measures 7 to 10 centimeters, can enlarge by up to 200% during sexual excitation, is a natural growth that demonstrates the female body's amazing plasticity reaction to arousal intended to facilitate and improve sexual motivations, vary from person to person, and are influenced by a variety of these elements. Hormones, thoughts, life events, and cultural influences shape around 8% of adults' perceptions about sex, what they want, and how they seek closeness. Sex in Dreams illustrates how deeply embedded sexual cravings are in the human mind. Yet for other people, having sex can cause severe anxiety or fear. A disorder called cotyphobia, which frequently results from unresolved psychological or emotional problems, which is why it's crucial to handle them with empathy and understanding. If you continue to watch this video and find these lessons helpful, please leave a remark 3 below to let me know you're still with me, as studies have indicated, because throughout their reproductive years, women are more drawn to guys with masculine characteristics. This slight change in preference is thought to be evolutionary, since women may choose for AIDS-positive mates who appear strong and vigor when they are most fertile. But on the other hand, some people who suffer from selective sexual aversion don't want to be with their current spouse, but nonetheless find themselves drawn to other people. This dissonance can lead to misunderstandings and disputes within a connection. Thus, it's critical to address the underlying psychological or emotional issues at work. While research indicates that having sex can boost happiness to a certain degree, according to the rule of diminishing returns, more than once a week does not always increase overall. Life happiness returns is relevant here, as the initial increase in enjoyment levels off after a specific frequency. However, those that have sex more regularly frequently seem younger in the eyes of outside observers. This apparent youth is perhaps as a result of the psychological and physical advantages of consistent intimacy, which can lower stress, elevate mood, and foster a more laid-back self. Assured manner, yet in the hyper-connected world of today, social media can damage one's sexual life by spending too much time reading through feeds and interacting with online information, can divert attention from closeness and connection in the real world. The internet world frequently takes up time and effort that could be used to develop a relationship, which reduces 8 final thoughts. And conclusion, social networking can also promote emotions of inadequacy or general sexual satisfaction. Feelings of envy can cause emotional distance in the bedroom. Sexual discord between spouses is another issue that many people deal with. Happens when a person's internal sexual feelings and their beliefs about what they should feel are not in alignment. Conflict can be extremely upsetting, making people doubt or even completely repress their goals. It's frequently necessary to have open conversation when dealing with sexual discord. Self-examination and occasionally expert advice to ease the conflict between expectations and reality as we conclude our exploration of the intricate relationships between sexual and mental health that influence our relationships. And we hope you've learned a lot about how these factors might affect your life. Whether it's comprehending the impact that mental health has on your intimate relationships, communication significance, or learning how sexual health changes as one ages, there's always something new to thank you for watching today's video about what only adult males can do. Grasp female psychology and women's enjoyment if you thought this was interesting or educational. Something fresh. Don't forget to click the like button and leave your comments below. If you would like to keep investigating subjects that enhance your comprehension of relationships, and for a deeper connection, remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell so that you don't lose out on our upcoming stuff. Till the next time, continue to develop, be inquisitive, and treat each other with kindly. I'll see you at the next